Concrete Coating Technologies offers high-quality concrete coating products for the do-it-yourselfer. Today we'll be showing you how easy it is to install your own professional-grade epoxy floor system with optional clear coat. This same system has been used to coat airplane hangars, mechanic garages, and other commercial and industrial applications with outstanding results. With the right tools available at your local rental store or on our website, and by following this instructional video, you can achieve the same success. In this video, we will show you how to prep your floor like a professional installer, only using smaller, simpler tools. Then we will teach you how to apply the coating with the highest quality of epoxy. Items needed for professional quality installation: Clark floor scrubber with diamond brush grinding head, broom, vacuum designed for concrete dust, preferably HEPA, weed blower, drill, clean empty 5-gallon buckets, Concrete Coating Technologies epoxy floor kit with tools, Concrete Coating Technologies urethane top coat, respirator, safety glasses and ear protection, 2x2 piece of clear plastic, duct tape, masking tape, and plastic to protect walls, handle for roller, extension cord, spiked shoes, xylene, and wood or drop cloth for mixing station. All concrete must be cured at least 30 days prior to any epoxy application. CCT recommends the removal of any base trim. This will allow you to grind closer to the wall and provide a better overall finish. First, you want to sweep the floor clean of any debris that may damage the grinding head or shoot out from the head during prep work. Be on the lookout for things that may damage the head, such as broken up concrete, holes, or bolts sticking up. Address these items prior to beginning the prep. Consult our website for cures to most of these issues. Next, you'll want to perform a simple moisture test. In a clean area of the floor, start by taping down a 2x2 foot sheet of clear plastic to the floor with duct tape. Make sure there are no holes on the plastic and double row the duct tape around the perimeter of the plastic to ensure a good seal to the floor. Let sit for 24 hours. After 24 hours, pull up the plastic and immediately inspect for moisture. If moisture is present, please visit our website for the proper primer to fix this issue. If there is any type of sealer or coating on the concrete, you will want to use the mastic tool. The Diamond Brush 25 grit mastic tool is designed to remove existing coatings and will easily remove old epoxy, light mastic, and sealer. It consists of 25 grit replaceable diamond blades on a slight angle. If you are dealing with raw concrete with no sealer or coating, you will want to use the 25 grit concrete tool. The Diamond Brush 25 grit concrete tool is designed for prepping concrete and will leave a perfect profile for your new coating to adhere to properly. If you are installing the system in a garage, you will want to find where the garage door meets the concrete floor. Here you will use a 4-inch angle grinder with a concrete cutting blade to score about an 1/8 inch deep straight line down the middle where the door touches the concrete. The goal is when the door is closed, it is raw concrete on the outside and epoxy coating on the inside. CCT recommends not carrying the coating to the outside. Failure and discoloration can occur. Attach the diamond brush head to the Clark floor machine by placing it in position and twisting until head locks into place. Put machine in upright position and attach the shroud. Make sure the Velcro has a solid connection. Next, attach the vacuum to the shroud for dust control. Concrete dust is toxic and every effort should be made to keep it to a minimum. Adjust the handle to a comfortable position. Usually waist high is desirable and provides easy control of the machine. The machine is easy to operate once you get the hang of it. Do not try to muscle the machine from side to side. Simply squeeze the handle to turn it on, then control it by gently lifting up or pushing down on the handle. This is the proper way to control it. Trying to muscle the machine could result in damage to you and the machine. Practice in the middle of the floor until you can control it. This will help prevent wall damage. Once you have mastered it, move to the perimeter and continue on with the prep work. We recommend safety glasses, earplugs, and a suitable dust mask. Consult with your local hardware store for proper dust mask. As you can see, the Diamond Brush mastic tool easily removes old epoxy. leaving the desired scratch pattern for the new coat. Continue working backwards until the floor is completely finished. Now that the grind is done, continue on by vacuuming the entire floor thoroughly with a high-powered vacuum and wand. If there is debris stuck in the control joints, use an old screwdriver or putty knife to run down the joint to loosen the debris, then vacuum it out. It is critical to get all of the dust and debris cleaned up, as this will ensure proper bond between the new coating and concrete. Inspect your floor for fibers. If there are fibers in your floor, they should be burned off with a weed burner. Follow the instructions on your weed burner to get it lit. Once lit, start in the corner of your floor and slowly swing the flame back and forth. The fibers should burn off quickly. Pay close attention around the edges. Do not let the flame linger too long. Next, you will want to take a weed blower and blow out the entire space if possible. Some rooms will not allow for this, and extra attention will have to be given to vacuuming. Also pay attention to windowsills and other areas that dust and dirt may be. Clean these areas as well so debris doesn't fall into your wet epoxy surface during installation. CCT recommends using a tape and plastic gun for wall protection. This will save a lot of time and provides excellent protection for your walls. Be sure to cover all walls, doors, and any other areas that you do not want to get epoxy on. Concrete Coating Technology's Crack Repair Kit is an excellent solution for filling in cracks prior to epoxy coating. Simply add 1 part A to equal parts B in a mixing cup and thoroughly mix until it is consistent in appearance. Before applying, make sure the crack is cleaned out well. Simply apply to the crack with a putty knife. Work the material back and forth in multiple directions to make sure it gets worked into the crack deeply. Once it's worked in, pull it tight with a putty knife to remove any excess. Concrete Coating Technology's Crack Repair is designed to be applied right before the epoxy base coat. This saves a day of dry time over competitors' crack repair material. The finished product should be smooth and level with the surrounding concrete. CCT epoxy is a 2-part resin, 1 part hardener mix ratio system. First, you will want to take all of your Part A resin and mix them together in a separate bucket. This will ensure even color distribution throughout the entire floor. Failure to do this may result in uneven color of the floor. Once completed, you are ready to start mixing with the hardener. You will want to mix in 3-gallon batches or smaller. Now measure out your 2 parts resin by volume, then add 1 part hardener. For example, 2 gallons resin and 1 gallon of hardener. Mix at a slow to medium speed with a drill and provided paddle for 3 minutes. Make sure to move the paddle up and down and all around the bucket to ensure proper mixture. Moving quickly, dump a ribbon of product all along the back wall. Empty out the bucket entirely and turn the bucket upside down on the floor ahead of you where you're working, so that the rest of the product drains out on the sides and onto the floor. Now take the gauge squeegee and work in the material as close to the wall as possible. Then start working back and forth across the entire area, pulling the material tight and not leaving any large puddles. The goal here is to get as even of coverage as possible with the squeegee. Once you get far enough ahead, the second person wearing the spike shoes can touch in the corners with a brush and then start back rolling. Back rolling should eliminate squeegee marks and lay the product down evenly. There should be no raw concrete visible at all when done. If you are mixing multiple batches for one area, make sure to keep a wet edge. Always dump the next ribbon of product on the end of the previous so it is worked into that batch. The floor should have a nice even cover of epoxy over the entire thing. Keep your control joints clear of epoxy as you go by running the brush or roller corner in them to clean out the epoxy. In small areas under 500 square feet, you can cover the entire floor, then go back with spike shoes to apply the flakes. On larger jobs, you will want to apply the flake as you go. About every 500 feet, walk back on the freshly back-rolled floor with your spike shoes and broadcast flakes to the desired coverage. Walk carefully and be careful not to slide on the fresh surface, as this will leave scrapes. If you do walk on it, back roll the area quickly, then apply flakes. Be sure not to apply flakes 3 feet within the working edge, as you do not want flakes on the area that hasn't been properly backrolled yet. Let floor dry a minimum of 12 hours and a maximum of 24. Do not exceed 24 hours between epoxy coat and top coat, as a proper chemical bond will not be achieved after 24 hours. Concrete Coating Technology's urethane top coat is a 2-part resin to 1-part hardener product as well. Follow the same directions as mixing the epoxy, minus mixing all of the Part A resins together in the beginning. This is an unnecessary step, as the top coat is clear. Combine parts and mix for 3 minutes. CCT always recommends adding non-slip to your top coat. Add 1/8 cup per gallon and a half of urethane. Add this during the mixing process. Urethane is a dip and roll product. First start with your edges and corners, then start the roller work. Always dip the roller and turn back and forth in the bucket to keep the non-slip from settling to the bottom of the bucket. Product should be applied as thin as possible at around 500 square foot per gallon. This can be tricky due to it being a clear product. Pay extra attention to where you are working and make sure the entire floor gets covered. Step back and look at it as you go to make sure you are achieving full coverage. Now that your floor is coated, let it dry for 48 hours. You can do light foot traffic after 24 hours if needed, but do not pull a vehicle on until after 48 hours. With proper care, your new floor should last you many, many years. Thank you for watching our instructional video. Please check out our website for more high-quality do-it-yourself concrete products.